Hello friends, welcome to my channel Mukesh English. Friends, in this video, I'm going to give you an overview of first semester B.Sc General English syllabus from the year 2024. It's a new syllabus which has been implemented from the year 2024. It is called as the SEP syllabus under Bangalore University. So now let's have a discussion of Bangalore University first semester General English syllabus as per SEP State Education Policy 2024. So before that, let's have a glance at the syllabus. Your English syllabus is divided into the two components. It has two sections. First part is called as a literary component. Second part is called as a language component. In the literary component, you have 8 lessons, which is laws, Moshes, what is science, the remains of the feast, who can be called a great man, the cold within, the forbidden note, how far is the river. These are the 8 lessons. Second part you have here language component where you'll be learning listening skills, speaking skills, reading skills, writing skills, and grammar. So let me tell you the new pattern of this syllabus. The part 1, the literary component, has the weightage for 50 marks in the main examination, 50 marks lessons, and the 30 marks here refers to the language component, that is a grammar, and the remaining 20 marks you'll be having for the internal assessment from the college. So 50 plus 30, 80. You'll be having the question paper for 80 marks. So now let's have a discussion one by one. Prose and poetry, the very first section, literary component, which has been given a name like prose and poetry. Under this section we have the very first lesson, which is laws. This is a story written by the famous English writer O. Henry. This story is about a lady called Miss Martha who runs a bakery, and she starts showing an interest in a regular customer who looks like a poor person, but her assumptions about him lead to an unexpected outcome. That's a very brief glance of the story. You can watch my video on this story. Second lesson you have here a Moshiferous, a song for Saint Cecilia's Day, written by A.D. Hope. It's a poem by the famous Australian writer A.D. Hope. In this poem is a critic of human greed and exploitation of nature. In this poem, the poet talks about the musk deer, how the musk deer is being killed, haunted by the archers, by the hunters, for the sake of the perfumatory substance which is received from this musk deer, and how this musk deer is going to be turning into the extensive species. So that's about. So it depicts the hunting of musk deer in the forest of Assam and Tibet. So that's about this poem. The third lesson we have here, what is science? It's an essay by the famous English writer George Orwell, and this essay examines the meaning of science, its role in the society. It also talks about the confusion between science and the exact science, or science as a method of rational thinking. So this is how he gives an importance. He gives an overview that what is really exactly science? Is the science really physics, chemistry, or botany, geology, or if the science is about the analytical skills or the rational thinking, or is also in the form of literature or in the form of art. So that's about the lesson number 3. Then the lesson number 4, it's a story, The Remains of the Feast, by the famous Indian author, Indian writer, and the editor Geeta Hariharan, who is from New Delhi. This is a story of a 90-year-old woman who likes to break all the traditions in the last days of her life. She would like to eat all the things which she could not eat due to the traditions because she's widow, and she's seeking for freedom when she's about to die. So this is about the story, The Remains of the Feast by Geeta Hariharan. Then you have next essay, Who Can Be Called a Great Man? It's by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. It's an extract from the address Rana Day, Gandhi, and Jinnah. by Ambedkar on 101st birth anniversary of Mahadev Govind Ranade, which was held on 18 January 1943. In this address, Ambedkar formulates the threefold metrics to test the measure of the greatness of great men, which is sincerity, intellect, and willingness to serve the society in its hour of crisis, which are the important elements which makes a difference between the great man and the eminent man. Then lesson number 6, we have here The Cold Within by the famous poet James Patrick Kenny. Uh, the Cold Within, it's a poem. The Cold Within, it's a poem by American poet, and it's a strong message against the racial discrimination. You can watch my video on all the lessons. I already done the videos on all the lessons, right? Then seventh story, which is called as a folk tale, the forbidden note. The forbidden note, this story highlights the importance of honesty, keeping promises, and resisting the greed. So it's a very interesting story. You can watch my video on this story. Then the last lesson in the prose and poetry you have here, How Far is the River? It's a famous story by Ruskin Bond. It's a story about a 12-year boy who is determined to see the river which is beyond the mountain, and he has not yet seen he has never seen this river. So he takes up a challenge. He determines to see it. He faces so many difficulties. In spite of facing all the difficulties, he is able to see the river. So these are the 8 lessons you have in your syllabus, and these 8 lessons have the weightage for 50 marks. Here they will be asking the questions from 2 marks, 5 marks, and 10 marks. Now we are going to have a discussion for the topics which stand for 30 marks. That's about the grammar or the language component. So in this section, you have the very first topic you have here, listening skills. Under listening skill, you will be learning the difference between listening and hearing, the types of listening, the importance of listening, and the meaning of listening. Then next topic you have here, language functions, asking for permission, giving instructions, giving directions. So you need to form the small phrases, the short phrases. It's like an informal communication or like a spoken English. Then next you have here reading comprehension. As usual, a passage will be given. You need to read the passage and you need to answer the questions set on it. Then data interpretation. This is quite a very technical question. Here the bar graph, the pie chart, the tree diagram will be given, and you need to interpret the data into the words. You need to interpret the information in the word. That's going to enhance your writing skill. And the last topic you have here, the grammar, where only 3 components have been given importance in this semester: articles, prepositions, and tense, present tense, past tense, and the future time. So this is about the grammar component, which have the weightage for 30 marks. And this is how your question paper blueprint may be like this. You will be having 2 marks questions, 4 marks, 5 marks, 10 marks from the language, prose, and poetry, comprehension 5 marks, data interpretation 5 marks, listening and hearing 5 marks, giving instructions, giving directions 2 plus 3, articles, prepositions 5 marks. So friends, this is how I have tried to give you an overview of the first semester B.Sc General English syllabus under SEP syllabus from the year 2024 under Bangalore University. I have done the videos on all the topics, and all the chapters videos have already been done. You can have a look in the description box in the playlist. So friends, hope you like this video, and please do subscribe the channel for more videos on first B.Sc General English. Do subscribe, click on the like button, write in the comment box. If you have any questions, any queries, you can reach me at mukeshenglish@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned with Mukesh English.